BJP has released the first list of its candidates for the Bihar Assembly elections. Party's Central Election Committee cleared names of 43 candidates for various phases of elections, including 19 names for the first phase. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Rajnath Singh, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley and other members of the committee were also present. The process for the first phase of Bihar Assembly election sets in motion from today onwards with the issuance of notification for filing of nomination papers. Nominations can be filed till September 23rd. In the first phase, 49 assembly seats spread across 10 districts go to polls on 12th of next month. India and Sri Lanka take their bilateral relationship to a new level where it touches the hearts and minds of ordinary citizens. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has assured Sri Lanka of unwavering support for its progress. Sri Lankan PM Ranil Wickremesinghe said there is consensus in his country for deepening engagement with India. Emphasizing that developing countries are not enemies of environment, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the world needs to be made aware of the principle of climate justice. Ahead of UN Climate Change Conference in Paris, PM Modi met heads of delegations of like-minded developing countries on the conclusion of their conference. Andhra Pradesh on the threshold of creating history with the release of Godavari river water into Krishna river planned for today. State Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu will formally mark interlinking of the two rivers at Ibrahimpatnam village near Vijayawada. Cheaper oil imports have resulted in favourable trade balance during the first 5 months of the current financial year as compared to the same period last year. Exports during the period registered a negative growth of around 11% in rupee terms. With yet another boy dying of dengue in the national capital, hospitals in Delhi found themselves under scrutiny. In view of the recent surge in dengue cases, the Union Health Ministry has ensured that the number of beds in the central government hospitals was increased. The Delhi government is also mulling a special session in its efforts to tackle the menace. Union Health Minister JP Nadda took stock of the situation on Tuesday with the officials and has announced an inquiry into the matter. Nation is celebrating the 50th anniversary of the 1965 war victory over Pakistan. Today we are offering tributes to the legendary commanding officer of Poona Horse, Lieutenant Colonel Ardeshir Tarapur. Colonel Tarapur was awarded Paramveer Chakra posthumously for the unparalleled bravery he displayed in the Battle of Sialkot. Travelling on the Airport Express line service of Delhi Metro is set to get cheaper from this Friday as its operator has decided to further slash fares on the route by up to 50%. Fares are being cut mainly to encourage commuters from Dwarka sub-city to take the Airport Express line instead of the Blue Line, which runs from Dwarka Sector 21 to Noida/Vaishali. The Maharashtra government has decided that auto rickshaw permits in future will be issued to only those who can speak Marathi language. The government had decided to issue quite a large number of auto rickshaw permits, and the only conditions for applicants is that they should speak Marathi and should be residents of respective localities for 15 years. Australian fighter jets have carried out their first airstrike against Islamic State group in Syria, destroying an armoured personnel carrier. The United States, Canada, Turkey and Gulf states have already been involved in strikes on Islamic State militants in Syria. Rebel rocket fired into regime-held districts of Syria's northern city of Aleppo killed at least 38 people, among them 14 were children. The latest deaths come as French defense minister said jihadists from the Islamic State group were making major gains in Syria, especially in the Aleppo region. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has announced a toughening of the penalties for stone throwers following a third day of clashes between the Palestinians and security forces in and around Jerusalem's flashpoint Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. Netanyahu said at the start of an emergency meeting of his ministers and security officials. Indian shuttlers sans world number 1 Saina Nehwal will have to put in the hard yards when they start their campaign at the Korea Super Series starting on Wednesday. Saina did not send her entries for the Japan Open, and in her absence the onus will be on other top shuttlers including two-time World Championship bronze medalist PV Sindhu, world number 4 Kidambi Srikanth and Commonwealth Games champion Parupalli Kashyap to earn India some gold results. PSV Eindhoven's Luciano Narsing struck a second-half winner as they fought back to claim a 2-1 victory against Manchester United side, who lost Luke Shaw to a double-leg fracture in the Champions League on Tuesday. Left-back Shaw was taken off on a stretcher with an oxygen mask strapped to his face after suffering the injury to his right leg in the early stages of the Group B game.